And day by day by day. As the time pass, as the time's gone, the value of the money will decline always. There are few reasons, okay, inflation, preference for current consumptions, and other reasons are there. But the fact is, the value of money that we have today is more valuable than the future money or money we will have in a near future. We have two different concepts in time value of money. Okay, these are the reasons already we have discussed. Future value and present value. Future value means a value of money that you will receive in a near future or in a particular time period or after a particular fixed period, after a 2 years, after a 5 years. And present value means a value of future money that you will receive in the future, but the present value of that particular amount. If you are receiving 10 lakh rupees in 2025, so what will be the now and right now, today, the value of that 10 lakh rupees that you are receiving in the 2025? Okay, and simple compounding, that is, these are not important for us. Now we have started the first method, and approximately we have done 4 to 5 practical questions regarding the first method, future value of a single amount. Here single amount means we are taking a particular amount, and for that particular amount we are trying to calculate the future value after 10 years, 5 years, as per the instruction given to you. Mm, Arju, I hope so now it's clear. No background voice is there. And then after, okay, in this method we have discussed the formula Fn is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R is 2n. And we have done first, second, third, and fourth practical question. Right? We have done these 4 practical questions. Yes. Okay. Up to this, any doubt, any query? Okay. Question number 5. I think so. This question is in your homework. Okay, now, see the question number 6. See the question number 6. Find the amount that rupees 10,000 will become after 20 years at a compounding interest at 5% calculated annually. Find the amount that rupees 10,000 will become after 20 years. Or else. Now see the question number 7. What sum of money invested at a 5% per annum compounding interest for the next 5 years will amount of rupees 1 lakh? Please look at the carefully to this question and tell me what we need to do. Yes, okay, very good, very nice. Okay, very good. In this question number 7, okay, up to this from question 1 to question 5, We are trying to find the future value. Principal value is given to you. Okay, by using the formula, we are trying to find the FV, future value. But in the question number 7, the future value is given to you. FV is given to you, and we need to find the principal amount, or in other language, or in other terms also we call it a present value. Are you getting my point? So in a question number 7, the P is missing. F is given to you. Okay, just give me one more second. I will share the Google Sheet and we go for the solution of this practical question in a Google Sheet. See, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So now, first of all, we need to write the formula. Can you tell me the formula?
FVN is equal to P
Yes, FVN is equal to
P
P in bracket
1 plus R
1 plus R,
right
now
to N.
bracket over S2
N. So
N. Sorry, N. Now put the values, whatever the values is available with you. Now put these values here in a formula. FVN, FVN,
10,000
it's 10,000, okay? Is equal to
P
P in a bracket 1 plus
1 plus 5%. 5 to 100
plus 5 divided by 100, bracket over S2 N. And here N means 5, okay? So 10,000 is equal to P in bracket how many? Yes, it's a 1.1 plus 0.05 S2 10,000 is equal to P in a bracket 1.05 S2.
Eso a nivel chili su creșu că eu așa.
Hello. Hello. Yes. My voice is coming to you, everyone.
Yes, audible, sir.
Okay. Thank you for a confirmation and sorry for the inconvenience, but due to some network issues, I disconnected. Just 1 minute. Okay. We are at this stage. Can you tell me the next amount? Okay. 1 minute. It's not allowing me to share the screen. Okay. Happen here. See, is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
visible.
Okay. So now go for the further calculation. 10,000 is equal to P in bracket 1.05 raised to 5. How many? Yes, everyone. 1.05 raised to 5. We take all the digits, okay, or first 6 digits. Let's take first 6 digits. So variation will be less. So 10,000 is equal to P in a bracket 1.276281. Okay, now bracket over. Now in the next step, P is equal to 10,000 divided by 1.276281. P is equal to final amount 10,000 divided by 1.276281. 7,835.76. All my dear, you are getting the same answer? Okay, I hope so. Now, this type of practical questions are clear, in which we need to find a future value, or else in some of practical question, if the present value is not, principal amount is not get given to you, you will find it. Okay, right? All my dear students, please confirm me. For your practice, I am sharing one more question. It is again for your practice. I am not going to discuss this question in this class. Look at this question. Are you able to do it? Okay. The same, but with the different amount. Okay. Okay. Now, one more interesting point for all of you. Okay. You might have listened from some of the insurance advisors or agents that if you invest X amount in our company or in this scheme, in next X years, we will give you the double amount. आपने कभी कहीं पे ऐसा सुना है? You invest that 5 lakh rupees, after 20 years or after 25 years, we will give you 10 lakh rupees. Have you heard this scheme from the insurance advisor, from the investment advisors, okay, from your friends or from mutual funds, whatever? The persons are not important. The scheme is important. So, are you aware about this one? Okay, that you invest this amount after that much of years, you will get the double amount. Now, can you tell me how they are calculating this amount? Get this much of years are required to double the amount. किसी को आइडिया है कि ये किस तरह से कैलकुलेशन करते हैं, ताकि जो एक अमाउंट है वो डबल हो जाए? Yes, through the compounding interest, it is right. Okay, we are adding the compounding interest, but we have one thumb rule. We have one specific rule that generally, suppose you said that compounding interest. So for calculating the compounding interest, you require some time. Yes, I am right. If you said yes, we can calculate. Okay, if if you invest 10 lakh rupees, I will give you 20 lakh rupees after that particular years. So it will take some time to calculate the compounding interest. But see, sometimes when you say, sir, I want to invest 5 lakh rupees, I want to invest 8 lakh rupees, then immediately the agent or a manager will tell you that it's required 10 years, it's required 20 years, immediately, without any calculation. So now surprise for you, there is a one rule. Okay, there is a one rule. That rule is known as rule of 72. Rule of 72, and we are using the rule of 72, okay, to calculate the amount, or to calculate the double amount, doubling the amount. Now see the rule. According to this rule, okay, doubling period is obtained by dividing the 72 by the interest rate. Whatever the interest rate is, just you need to divide that interest rate by, you need to divide 72 by that interest rate. Suppose, for example, if we have an interest rate 8%, so 72 divided by 8, you will get one particular number, 9. So it means if you invest any amount at the 8% interest rate, it will take 9 years to double the amount. Whether it is 1 lakh, whether it is 5 lakh, whether it is 10 lakh, whether it is 20 lakh. Are you getting my point? So simple is that. Likewise, if we have a 4% interest rate, so 72 divided by 4, you will get 18 years. So for doubling the amount, we required 18 years. Are we clear about this one, everyone? So if the question asked in an MCQ or 1 mark question that if the interest rate is 10%, okay, for doubling this particular amount, suppose 2 lakh rupees, how many years are required as per the rules of 72? So how many years are required at a 5% interest rate and rupees 2 lakh? Your calculation is very easy. 72 divided by 5. Hello. Just do it. 72 divided by 5. It's required 4.4 years. Okay, good. But practically, but really, okay, this rule of 72 is not that much of accurate. That may be some variance. Okay, if you do the real calculations of 2 lakh rupees at a 5%, it may take some more times or some less times. This rule is rule, but it will not give you the accurate result, 100% result. So superior to this rule, we have one another rule. Rule of 72 is there. It will give you the estimated years to double the amount. Again, this is not wrong. Okay, this is again the right. But whatever the years you will get, in case of 9 years, in case of 18 years, in case of 44 years, but these years are estimated years. We can't say the exact 9 years. It may be a plus minus of a few months. Are you getting my point? So rule of 72 is having some limitations, and that is limitation is only one, that it will give you a estimate answer. It will not give you a accurate answer. So for that we have some advanced rule or advanced level rule. Okay, are you interested in the advanced level rule, which give you the more accurate result? Everyone, are you interested? Okay, so let me share the next rule. And if I less 3 from 72, how many remain? 72 minus 3, how many? Okay, good. So the next rule is rule of 69. Rule of 69. This rule is more accurate, okay, than the rule of 72. And for calculating the doubling period, okay, is equal to we will use this formula: 0.35 plus 69 divided by interest rate. Again, 0.35 is a standard number that derived by the so many surveys and calculations, and that decided by the experts. So we don't have any, a question about that why there is 0.35. It's a standard number. Like as in a percentage, where we have standard of 100. So whenever there is a calculation of percentage, we use 100 to calculate the percentage. Similarly, for this rule of 69, we have 0.35 plus 69 divided by interest rate. Now suppose I said 10% interest rate. Can you tell me the doubling period for a 10% interest rate? I will write here 0.35 plus 69 divided by 10. Like this. Can you tell me how many years are required to double the amount at 10% interest rate according to this rule? Okay. Now, 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 see, this is the first answer. Okay, as per the rule 69. Now we go for the same calculation with the rule number 72. Now, according to rule number 72, what you need to do? 72 divided by 10, because 10 percentage are there. So your answer must be 7.2. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? According to rule number 69, it's 6.93, less than 7 years. Okay, and as per the rule number 72, it's more than 7 years. So this is the difference. That's why rule number 69 is more accurate than the rule number 72. Okay. But sir, why only 72 or 69? Okay. Okay. Have you studied the mathematics? Have you studied the mathematics? Yes. Okay. In mathematics, we called one symbol that pi. Can you tell me the value of pi? Value of pi? 3.14. All of you are aware about this one? Yes, 3.41. This is the standard or acceptable value of pi. Whenever we write pi, instead of pi, we can write 33.14. Okay. In science, you have studied the composition of water. What is the composition of water? Composition of water. Scientifically. Oh my dear. Yes. It's H2O. What do you mean by H2O? Two hydrogens and one oxygen. Am I right? This is the proportion to make a water. Two hydrogens and one oxygen. Now, similarly, in financial management, we have 72 and 69. The doubts are clear now? All of you? Now, we can't question that why there is a 2 H and 1 O. Why there is a 3.14 equal to pi or pi equal to 3.14. Okay, it's just a stunt. That's why we are here 69 and 72. We don't have any, history about the 72 or 69. It's just a stunt. Yes, right, right. Okay, anything else? Or any query? Sorry, any query, any question up to this? Okay, good. Now write down the second method. With this, our first method is over. Now write down the second method. And second method is all about present value of a single case flow. Present value of a single case flow. Already we have understand the concept of present value. Okay, the value of a money that we are receiving in a near future, or the present value, today value of some of future amount that we are receiving after 5 years, 10 years. Okay, and already we know that for calculating the present value, we are using a discounting factor or discounting rate. For calculating future value, we are using the compounding interest. Okay, compounding interest or interest rate. But for calculating the present value, we are using discounting factor or discounting rate or inflation rate. These three are the name. So without wasting of further time, let me go for the formula. Okay, and we will try this, or we will try to understand this present value of single amount with the help of practical question. Theoretically मैंने आपको सब कुछ explain कर दिया है. So I don't think so anything is required to present about the theory. Okay, open your book and write down this formula in your book. PV stand for present value, FV stand for future value. Okay, so PV is equal to FVN, future value after or on a particular year, in a bracket 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to n. Present value means a today value of future money that you will receive after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Can we go for the first practical question? Everyone, shall we go for the first practical question? Okay. Please remember the formula. Okay. Now, see the practical question. What is the present value of 1,000 rupees receivable 6 years hence if the rate of discount or discounting is 10%? Here discounting rate is a 10%. Okay. Number of years are 6 and future value is 1,000. Okay. In the next class, we go for the solution of this practical question and more practical questions about the same. Okay. Your task is to try this practical question and use the formula to get the answer. Okay, for today, we are stopping here. In the next class, we will continue with this practical question. Meanwhile, if you have any question, anything to share, please share. Okay. Number last question from my side.